welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Eric, joined once again by
Angel.
and
Eric.
bringing you some more One Life to Live from April 2nd to the 11th, 1986. Tommy, roll the credits and we'll chat. So we must first address Tom Christopher passed away, so rest in peace, Tom Christopher. First time I saw him was in Buck Rogers when I was a kid as Hawk.
Ooh.
He entered in season 2, and I was like, "What is Hawk doing on here?" Because I watched, I think, One Life to Live in 1994.
Hmm.
He also did a soap called Love of Life in 1977. He was on Edge of Night in 1974, and Angel knows him as Dax in Guiding Light from
Colonel
2001 to
Dax,
2,
yeah.
which I feel like he was very underused. I was so
He
excited
was.
when he first got joined the cast, but then they underused him like terribly. I'm like, you don't know what this man can do. He's like the like evil villain on
He
One Life
was
to Live.
amazing as Carlo Hesser. Hopefully we get to him, but oh my god, he's so good.
What was
Well,
he
he
for
does
when I could
enter.
live?
Carlo Hesser.
I th- well, on his IMDb it says 1990, but I thought it was earlier than that. But it says 90
No, it
to
was 1990.
2008. Was it 90 for
I
sure?
watched I recently watched the end of '88 to 1990, the middle of 1990. Comes on in 1990.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I watched
I
all the
wasn't
way
sure.
till Karen Witter debuted as Tina, and then that was kind of where I stopped.
Oh, wow. Um. So yeah. So and then he basically recurred. I don't know if he was ever like a full-time cast member.
He also played
Um.
Mortimer Byrne, Carlo's twin.
Twin, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that
I can
too.
imagine their
I d-
reaction after all what Carlo did. I'm like, oh my god, there's a twin.
Well, Carlo was
when
dead, and then he came back. He was murdered a couple times. Like he survived that though.
well, yeah, it wasn't. I think Mortimer died in his place at one point. I don't know. I
Yes, he
can't
did.
remember
You're
the whole
correct.
storyline. But
Yes,
I watched. I want to say I forget when. I want to say 96 he came on because I know he messed with Todd and Blair.
yes.
Um,
Mhm.
who I really shipped back then, but looking back at it now, I'm like, I don't know why I did because he is like super toxic. I mean, and whatever. It was
That's the
just
same thing with me
unnecessary.
and Todd and Taya. I'm not a fan of them anymore.
I know at the time, I don't know what, I guess like because we were young when we watched, so we're like, oh, this
Mhm.
is like cool, but like at the same time, like it's a nightmare. I'm like, why did I like these? Todd took Blair's baby and his baby because he thought it was Max's and then
Yeah.
sold it on the black market.
Oh, I remember.
Like,
Sammy, yeah.
I'm like,
That was Star that he took, right? Or was
that
it?
alone.
No,
No, it wasn't
it's
Star. It was
It was the son. Okay,
Twin.
okay,
it was
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I remember that now.
So I'm like, whatever. And I get it. He was like Jack Mel, but that's like, I don't know. That was an extreme. And they still got back together like a year later, but whatever. So anyway, in watching these two, I decided I'm like, I thought it was like this storytelling is so good in 1986 that I looked it up because I'm like, I wanted to look up the Emmys and see who was nominated that year. I don't think one single person from this is what I remember from some of the soap awards too, that I always feel like One Life to Live in Days always got looked over for a
Hmm.
lot of things because they have a lot of good stuff. And so the only one that was nominated in 1986, I looked at 1987, was Al Freeman Jr., who plays Ed,
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
nominated for supporting actor.
I like him a lot.
There were also no Soap Opera Digest awards that year. So I'm like,
Oh,
well, that sucks. I
Didn't
forget
Andrew
what the
no
Evans get
Sophies?
outstanding ingenue nomination around that time? It was like 85 or 86.
who was it?
Andrea Evans, didn't she get nominated around 85 or 86 for like?
It might be 85 because I looked in 87s because that would have been 86's year.
Okay, okay.
So
Hmm.
and nobody from One Life to Live except for him was nominated.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was like, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
Um.
I also,
Anywho.
before we get into
Okay.
this, I found out who the writer is. It's Peggy O'Shea. And
Okay.
I just want to give her just all the accolades because this was so entertaining.
Now, was she the head writer?
She was the head writer. Yeah, I did it. The credits rolled a little bit when we
Oh,
were
I did see
watching.
that. I didn't
So I
look.
was like, okay, who's the writer? Who's the writer? And then other people on there. I think Lloyd Gold was on there, who later wrote for Guiding Light. Of course, Paul Roush was the
Okay.
executive producer at this time, who later did Guiding
Um,
Light.
we did have a commercial with Jeremy Hunter and Natalie from
Yes,
1986. I don't know if you got to see that.
There's a lot of
And
good
there was
commercials.
we got like a General
yeah,
Hospital one with Jake. I think was it
Hmm.
Jake?
yeah,
Yes.
with Jake, yeah,
Yeah.
and Bobby,
Mhm.
I think.
Yep.
Um, all right, so moving on, we'll get to the major story, and then I'll cover all the little side stories because I guess everything was like the Vicky, Tina, Clint stuff. I don't know, like Dorian wasn't even in any of these.
But
She
she
was in
was
Out of
some.
mentioned.
town. She was out of
I'm
town. They
sorry.
mentioned it. She was out of
Oh,
town.
is she out of
They
town?
mentioned it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if we got like multiple storylines or it seemed all like everything was there, it felt like. Did it
Yeah,
feel
it
like
did.
that to you guys?
It was a
Right.
great edit. I think they're getting better and better.
Yeah, and it's such good quality. I did see at one point, I think it was recorded in LP, which was a better quality on
Hmm.
VHS, if you remember.
Yes, it was.
It was like EP was always like the shitty one, which I guess is like all the blurry stuff that we get.
And then
Um,
SLP is like the one that's like in the middle.
yeah. And then SP is like the best, I think, which is
Mhm.
only like 2 hours of tape. All right. Anyway, so Maggie tells Vicky and Clint that Tracy and Stick escaped, which we had said in the last one, but
Mhm.
continuing on. Cassie goes off on Richard for talking about David being alive, like he might be
Mhm.
alive, and she's nervous because she knows that he's alive, but if he's found out alive, he can be captured by whoever the hell's after him and
Mhm.
possibly be killed for real. So she's trying to stop him from doing that, which is actually fun. I really like this Cassie, except for the fact that she didn't do anything, when her dad was being attacked, her stepdad, whatever he is. Her,
Holligan years
um,
better.
what's that?
Holligan years better as Cassie, in my opinion.
Oh, I never seen her as
She's
Cassie, so I have
after.
no
She'll be
idea.
on soon. I don't know when she comes on. It's probably by 87.
But I think she's a good Cassie. I
Yeah,
don't
she
see any
is.
issues with her.
Mhm.
And again, I always feel like it's about the writing. I think any actor should be able to do a part, but with the writing,
Mhm.
You
I
are
feel
right.
like it's all about that. But that's my opinion because I thought Mara West did a good Diane. I mean, yes, she was 25 years younger, but for the material she was given, I thought she was excellent. I mean, she's a great actress. But anywho, that's one Y&R. Back to one night. So Stick tries to talk Tracy into leaving Landview. I feel like he's like the more normal one in this friendship, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
Even though he's like
Um,
flirting with her.
yeah,
Like
it's
not
so funny because
having
I
it.
think I had messaged you guys that I'm like, oh, I think she'll last till May, and nope, she,
I was
she
gonna
don't.
say, but I didn't want to spoil it. I was like, thinks it's almost over.
You're like, yeah, probably. You're like, yeah, probably. I'm like, oh, good. Hopefully, she lasts a little longer. Um, Tracy wants to get everybody that she hates in one spot, and she uses Tina's party to do just that.
Mhm.
Um, and she wants to blow them up, along with, well, Stick doesn't want to be blown up, but work together. I guess she knows how to make bombs. Did you get that? I don't.
Yeah, she knows how to make bombs.
She knows how to do everything.
She can do
She really
everything.
does. She's really a great character. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Um, Maggie relays a message for Tina to give up Vicky and Clint's claim to Landfair. She apologizes to Clint and he forgives her. And Vicky's like, nope, not having it, girl.
Hmm.
I don't forgive you. I forgot that girl's name, Clover. I called her Shamrock. I
I
put
forget
Asa
who
and
she is. I
Shamrock.
know she's connected to Asa, but like, what is her connection on?
I
Oh,
don't think she hangs around long because
yeah,
so they owned a restaurant together, the place
right.
that
Okay.
Tracy, yeah.
Hmm.
So I guess that's it, and she hangs around, I guess, because she
I
gets
don't
a job
remember
at
her at
the.
all, so she must not be on long at all.
Yeah, I'm assuming she's one of those people that probably fade out,
Hmm.
but I could be wrong. But anyway, Asa and Clover are at their bar. Tracy and Stick like hide somewhere or whatever. They talk about Tina's party. Tracy's wheels are spinning. She's like, "Oh, I can figure out how to kill everybody in one shot. This
Mhm.
might work." And it's a great plan. It's a shame it didn't work the way she wanted it to.
Yeah.
Vicky tells Maggie off and kicks her out. Um, Clint loves that she told her off, and they have like a nice, cute little moment between them.
Hmm.
Asa goes to see Richard and goes off on him for wanting to run the story about David. I guess Asa knows about David too. I don't know how many people know about him being alive.
I would say
But
a
it
good
seems
amount of people know he's alive because
Yeah.
I was gonna
Joy
say.
knows too.
It's like everybody knowing that Lily
Right.
was adopted on As the World Turns.
Yeah.
An
Yeah,
open
except for
secret.
too many people know. Well, I guess you know, whatever. Vicky and Clint go to talk to Tina. Tina tells the same stuff to Vicky as always. She was compared to, I think, a broken record at one point as well
Mhm.
by Vicky. Um, she offers them the carriage house to stay in. How nice of her.
For a family
Um,
of four. And she has
yeah,
the big house to herself. That's
Vicky's like,
what
there's
that's what Vicky
four of us.
said.
There's four of us. Maybe you should live in the carriage house.
Right.
Um, Asa threatens to fire Richard because of the David possibly being alive story that he wants to run. I guess Asa is the owner of the intruder. Is he a co-owner? I don't know how it works because, like, I know Vicky's part owner too, right? Or no, she owns the banner.
He owns the banner. Dorian
He's the
eventually owns the
intruder.
intruder, but I don't know when that comes into play.
Yeah, I don't either. Um, he wants the story killed. Richard calls to give the story to the paper as after he leaves. He says he's going to do it anyway, and it's supposed to go out tomorrow. But of
Mhm.
course, Asa, I guess, gets the final say because he gets the paper later on sent to him. Tina believes that she's doing the right thing. Um, that that it's her turn now, and Vicky always had everything, and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Same old story. Um,
I was not
Tracy
liking
and
Tina in these episodes for the first time. I was like, I was not on her side.
no, it's
No.
funny because I felt for Vicky. Well, we'll talk about it when we
Yeah, I
get
was
to the
more on
party.
Vicky's side, and it's
Yeah,
because I've never seen Tina before she was with Cord, so like
right.
this is
Mhm.
just the way she's acting. She's a piece of work. Like I,
Well, this is funny because yeah, you said that because I actually felt bad for Tina and at the point, which
really,
we'll talk
I mean,
about,
I felt bad for a little bit with but not really. Like
right. Tracy and Stick want to blow everybody up and escape to Mexico. That's the plan. I don't know if they got money to do that or what their plan is to get there, but whatever. Maybe just steal things.
She'll figure it out. She'll like rob a bank
Yeah,
incognito or
she's
something. You know how she
or
is.
just kill somebody else as long as her
Kill
song's
somebody
on.
with money. Oh, steal the money from the lords. There we go. Explode everybody, steal the money, and go to Mexico.
Yeah, well, you got to find the money if it's all exploded everywhere. That might be a little difficult. Um, so Tracy and Stick. Oh yeah, I forgot that Landfair was redecorated, and everybody's looking at it. It's pretty gaudy and like red and interesting looking. I think she comments on it.
I was like,
She's like,
what?
"What happened in
What is
here?"
this?
Um, Maggie and Tina get there, so they hide. She tells Tina um, that she can't go to the party. Tina says how generous she is. Um, Richard calls, he can't go, or he said something. I forget
No,
what
he
he had
says
some
he's going to be
issues.
late.
yeah,
He
Oh,
didn't say
okay.
he's not going to. He's going to
And
say he
then
wasn't going to go all out, all
right,
right.
but if
But
he's
Tina
not
acts
there,
like he wasn't going
well,
to
yeah,
go.
because if he's not there and it's in his honor, it looks bad
Yeah.
for her, of course. Tina talks to herself about calling the party off, and Tracy's like, "No, lady, I'll make you
Don't
have
do
the
that.
party if I
Do
hold a
not do
gun to
that.
your head." The paper comes to Aces. He gets to see it. It says, "Is David Rinaldi dead?" Clint and Vicky try to calm him down, and they talk about Tina's party too. And he's like, Asa calls them snakes. He's like, one snake at a time. Like we deal with Richard first, and we'll talk about Tina.
Yeah, I like when he said, what did he say? He said something and it made Tina, I mean not Tina, it made Vicky and Clint laugh, and I love that part. He said, how did he word it? I think he did something. I think it was like, I might as well take them out at the same time or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ace is a card, man. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him and I hate him because I remember some things he did in the '90s that I was not pleased with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Maggie talks Tina into having the party still, so it's all good. Larry and Mimi are on. They talk about going to Tina's party and they're getting ready and all that jazz. Richard gets there, talks about his crisis that's going on with the paper and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, while he's having issues with Asa and Cassie because they both went to talk to him about it. Everyone gets ready for the party. Tracy and Stick get their bomb ready and whatever. They hang around the house. Um, Ed and the cops are basically hot on their trail. They're at the Clovers and Asa's ex bar, and they find some stuff there. Tracy says how much she hates Cassie because I guess she sees her. Was she in? I think they're in the room at this. She sees Cassie somehow. I forget how.
Yeah, she's like spying, and she sees her somewhere. I forget
And
where.
she hates Cassie most of all. I think out of all everybody. I guess
I
she
mean, she
wronged
did
her.
try to gas her to death, so.
She didn't
Yeah,
die.
maybe that's why. Yeah, she didn't die, and her song was on, so she might be the only one that lived with the song being on.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Stick is very panicky. I guess they do get trapped in the secret room at this time,
Hmm.
or they're not trapped in there. They're just hiding in
Not
there.
yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet. They're not
Yeah.
trapped yet.
This dude Jimmy comes along, and he's supposed to seal up the secret room so nobody can ever get in down there again, or whatever
Cut
the
the
situation.
wires. And he's supposed to
Yeah.
cut the wires.
I'm like, how late does this man work? Like, the party is probably like 7, 8 o'clock. Like, why is he there on the?
Offered to pay him like a lot of money to come at
Hmm.
that moment.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, Clint,
Because
Vicky,
that one
Asa,
he had.
Pamela arrive at Land Fair. They have awkward conversation about this musician that's coming. The house is redone. They're all kind of just like ewing about it, like whatever. Vicky says to Clint, this is where, yeah, because Tina keeps going on about like saying everything she did, and I'm holding it up like you did. Like she wants to be like Vicky, and it
Hmm.
is sad. That's why I actually felt bad for Tina here. Um, because Vicky says to Clint, she's like, it's really sad. Like she wants our approval. Like, and I actually felt for Tina because I'm like, she really is like a lost little girl. The way that Richard explains her later, I was like, she
Yeah.
really is. And once he explained that, and I kind of like felt a little bit for her, um, even though she's doing some monstrous things with like setting Clint up and
Mm.
sign of it. I mean, I don't know.
Pretending she was pregnant with with his child at the beginning of all this.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
okay.
she
She'll
did a lot
become
of
scared.
not so nice
She'll,
things.
she'll get better.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited to see how she changes through this year.
Mm.
Um, Richard says that the story comes out. Oh, he talks to Cassie, I think. It says that, he doesn't want anyone to get hurt from it, so he'll make sure nobody does, which how can you do that? Because clearly somebody's going to get hurt because they're hiding that fact. And he does call Briggs and he puts the story on hold or whatever.
Hmm.
He says, listen, I'm going to investigate it more. If I do find something out, it's going down. Sorry, girl. Um, Tracy wants to shoot their way out of the things. I guess they're locked in at this point. I guess did Jimmy cut it? Oh no, he
I
cuts
think
it.
he cuts it right before. Well, we'll get to it.
But she talks about shooting her way out. I guess because everybody's there and they're trapped down there. I
Yeah.
don't know. Asa compliments Cassie on getting through to Richard. Delilah arrives. Larry and Mimi arrive and they blow off Tina right away and they go to Vicky and Clint. Um, The cops find Tracy's hit list at Clover Ace's bar. They figure out that they might be at Tina's party, ready to do some damage.
Yes.
Don't know exactly what. Ed calls Tina to clear the house out,
Oh my
and
gosh.
Tina thinks it's a setup.
This is where I got mad at Tina.
That's this is it. This is the part right here.
Yeah, I'm like, would Ed do that? Because he seems pretty
Right.
legit. I mean, look what he
That
did
is
to
legit.
Vicky.
Yeah.
But look what he did to Vicky. Like, he didn't believe her when she was like, I feel like he's very by the book. That he would
But I
never.
just got mad at Tina because like her self-absorption and like everything that she was trying to do was more important than people's lives. And she wouldn't listen to anything.
Yeah.
That's where I got mad at her. But I get it. I get her.
But from a writing perspective, it makes a great conflict now.
Correct. Yes.
It does. That is true. So Tina thinks it's a hoax. We have Dorman. I think his name's Dorman. This musician man comes and he plays "I'll Be Seeing You."
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was. And Tracy gets into like her hypnotic state. Like she's like, I love this song. It's my song. It's my jam. This is my time to kill.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Play.
And
Keep playing.
And I love
still
panicking. The woman tells him to stop playing because it traumatized everyone.
Like,
everyone's traumatized.
Vicky does not have a British accent, but she might as well have.
Right?
Vicky was very entertaining in these episodes.
She was.
She really was.
And I don't usually love Vicky either, but she was fun. Sometimes I feel like she does over the top. Like it might be Erica's fault. Just like sometimes she's very over dramatic, which I do like sometimes. But she does really good with these scenes, especially the Tina. Her and Tina are chemistry gold. Like I think their chemistry is off the
charts. They have good familial kind of chemistry.
Really good. Tracy starts panicking. Because Jimmy does cut the wire at this point and the door is locked. So now she's like, we can't get out. And now I can't kill people. Great. She's got to disarm her own bomb, which it's tamper proof.
Of course it was.
I know.
Oh man, the corner.
I know. Again, Vicky asks the Dorman to play another tune. Vicky tells Tina the Lord assets are frozen, which I thought was awesome.
Yes.
Tina's very upset and the bomb goes off. I was like, holy shit. I was because I didn't really think it was going to happen that quick.
It's giving me 1994 tornado from All My Children vibes. Like that's what the explosion gave me. It was so good.
I was getting Dynasty vibes the whole time.
Yes.
And everything. The Moldavian Massacre and all that. I was getting those kind of vibes.
It was good. It's very good writing. I love it. So at Landfair, a wall comes down. Asa gets trapped under something. I forget if it was the wall or I forget what it was. Cassie hurts her ankle. Tina's like, "Are we at war or something?" Andrea Evans did kill me in these. She did slay. That's why I looked it up. I'm like, the acting between her and Erica, I was just like, I need to see if they got nominated for awards this year. And they didn't.
They are so good together too. Their chemistry.
They really are. When does Tina leave? Or Andrea Evans, I'm sorry, leave?
1990. Early
90?
Yeah.
Oh, good. We got a lot
of
time.
We get a lot of time with her.
With her, yeah.
Ed and Rafe get there to investigate. Tina's upset that it ruins her decorating job. And we find out Steve's in jail. I don't know if we knew that. I don't remember hearing that before.
Steve Domino,
yeah, I didn't remember
him being that out.
Because remember that Tina was trying to get him arrested and nobody cared. Nobody gave him the time of day. She's like, he's right there, get him. And they're like, I don't care.
Must have happened when we didn't see it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
One life to live will continue in a moment.
Rafe tells everyone that Tracy and Stick died in the on the staircase, I guess trying to escape. I don't know how maybe they exploded to the staircase because they couldn't get out of the room, so I don't know. So yes, they're gone, sadly. I wish Tracy would have lived because I would have loved to see her reign of terror continue.
They found
I
bodies,
really,
so I was like, damn. But
Darn.
yeah.
I would have taken her over Mitch Lawrence, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. She was just great. But she was just a full-blown psychopath. There really was no way to keep her. I mean, they could have put her in jail for like 4 years and then like have her come out, like escape or something. Which would have been entertaining. Tina says that it's her fault that they died and she's really upset. Larry's like, she killed people. Stop it. Like, Clint says, it's the end of the secret room. I'm like, nope. We know that secret room's around in the 90s, and I don't know if anything else happens in the 80s with it, but Larry wants to see Tracy's corpse to make sure she is dead. He confirms that it is Tracy because they do bring her out. And they dead. They're not any of the I wanted like a last breath, like in a horror movie. Like one more time. I'm still here.
Or like grabs his neck and then she passes and then she dies.
Yeah, right. I know. I would have liked that. I'm like, go girl, get him. Or like, play my song one last time.
And the doorman would start playing the piano.
Yeah.
And everybody's like,
no! Tina says that Landfair is hers. And if there is more bombs in there, that she'll blow up with it. That's how determined she is to stay with Landfair. Richard's like, I'll stay with you, whatever, and he hugs her because he knows that she's a sad woman. Vicky and Clint says, what's that?
And his cousin.
I know. Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Nobody likes this.
No.
I looked at the comments and people were like, "This is we don't want this. We want Cord."
This isn't the first time Tina. This is probably the first time Tina dated or slept with a family member.
She didn't sleep with him yet, did she?
She will probably, and then she's.
Ew.
And what's David Vickers in the 90s? That's who she calls
David Vickers,
not really her brother, but she thought
not really her brother, but
oh my god, I love that storyline. Krista Tessero and him. I thought they were off the charts. I thought they were hot.
They were, but it was weird.
You're like,
oh, it was weird, but I was like, I don't know.
It's weird as hell.
Well, I don't think it was like official though, because wasn't he like faking to be? He was pretending
to be Todd, essentially, who was the Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But he wasn't actually a Lord.
No, he's
not.
Yeah. So that's better than actually sleeping with him.
That's better than that, but at the time he was thinking that, and she's like,
right.
"Oh, this is all wrong."
Yeah.
And they were kissing.
I still remember that scene.
I saw this. I saw this fairly recently.
I don't know why I'm doing this. You're my brother.
Listen, I was in high school at the time, and for some reason, I was fine with it. I'm like, they just had good chemistry, and I was like, I don't know why I like this, but I do.
Yeah.
So I guess people do like it.
Hey, there's Tammy and Jonathan on Guiding Light, so
yeah.
Oh geez. So Vicky and Clint say everything's fine. They looked around the house and all that. There's just random things broken. This is where she compares Tina to a broken record, which I thought was really funny. She's like, you just keep going on and on, same thing over and over. But she really does. Tina kind of goes off on Vicky. Vicky tells her off. And then she says, "Oh, you probably don't even have insurance, do you?" And then Tina lights up and she's like, "I took out $1 million insurance on there that she can collect on, or she thinks she can." And Vicky's like, "Oh, this woman."
Her face is priceless.
Yeah.
There was
So
like one
Clint,
time
they
at the party where she was like rolling her eyes, where she was like, Tina was
I
talking.
love Vicky's facial expressions in these episodes. They were great.
they really were. Clint says they found a closet with a hole in it, and there's this weird case.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mimi wants to bang Larry. She tells her feelings to Larry. Whatever, he feels the same way. He calls her kiddo, which always gets on my nerves. I'm like, if I'm about to try to sleep with somebody, I'm not gonna call him kiddo. That's just like, I don't know. It's just
It's
like think of
weird.
like a cousin or
And
something,
then,
like
like,
or
how long ago was it that Laurel died? Was it late 85?
I think it was the year before, yeah.
Okay, 4 months. That's good for me. Okay, go. You two commence the banging.
um, so and they end up kissing, and he does need a rebound, right? I don't think he had a rebound,
Yeah.
so it could be a rebound. Ed comes in with the lockbox. Vicky doesn't want to open it. She's just like she's like, we had enough. Like I'm done. And of course, Tina wants to open it. Vicky wants to destroy it. Larry and Mimi, I guess it's like the next day. They seem happy together now, whatever. They're having cute moments. Tina still feels guilty. Richard says that she's a hero because she saved a lot of people. That's the last thing you want to tell this woman. So now she's like, oh, yeah, I didn't think of it like that. I am a hero.
You think about it like that, huh?
Tina wants the lockbox. Vicky tries to fight Ed on it. He can't do anything about it because he's by the book.
Mm-hmm.
So Tina's challenging it, so he's got to keep it around. Ed says Dorian also might have a claim
Yeah, I
on
was
it as
about to
well.
say that. Yep, Dorian might have, because that was Victor's ex-wife at the time of his death.
Tina comes in fighting. They're at the station, I think, for this. Vicky begs Tina to leave the box shut. Tina sees it as a gift, because she never had anything that Vicky had, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky says, you really want my life? Like, you see the things I'm going through and how everything is. And she's like, you grabbed my husband, you grabbed this, you grabbed that, you want all of my shit. Like, what the fuck? Um, they end up leaving, and when Tina leaves, Ed just like shakes his head and like laughs. It's just like over. That really cracked me up. Pamela and Asa's in the hospital, so they're talking. She calls him a big baby. They're being all cute because they were just recently, reconnected and reunited, I guess. I guess Dorian's kicked to the curb.
Yeah.
Dee Dee comes to see Clint, so we have a Bo mention. Richard is there. They talk about Bo. What was it? Bo was like, he was in Vietnam with these people. His friend was supposedly dead. His other friends say that he was actually alive, but he's been like captive for a while, so they have to go save him.
Rescue him.
Is that what it is? Okay. I was trying to get it. I'm like, is this what's going on?
When in reality, the actor's on Days of Our Lives.
Right. But I think he might be coming back soon because they mention him now. So.
He's off for like a year maybe, and then he'll be back.
He's been off. Well, I guess he was on early when we were watching, right? He was in January.
Yeah, very early on, like January.
All right. So maybe, yeah, I guess he doesn't come back till next year. So yeah, that's where he is because Bo's the best. I always love Bo. Clint and Richard talk about the Rinaldi story, and Clint asks why he's staying with Tina. He says he's interesting, and this is where Richard goes in. He's like, I feel bad for her. She's like a kid trying to find out who she really is, and Clint just warns him. He's just like, be careful. He's like, this woman did a lot of bad things.
I love when he called her a dimwit.
Yes. He does get his digs in when he can. Vicky and Clint. Vicky or Clint's going to visit Asa. They just talk about that, and she's haunted by the box. She's just like didn't sleep good. What? Terrible. Oh yeah, she thinks that the box will have a terrible secret that will destroy them. And he's like, nothing and no one will ever hurt you again if it's up to me. So that's all I got for that episode.
Yeah, I wonder what the secret. I wonder what's in the box. That's what that
Oh
like.
my God, I want to know so bad.
I want to know
I'm
so
like
bad
trying
to like.
I'm like trying to think of the
I'm
history
sure
of One
Derek
Life to
knows.
Live, and I'm like, we probably should know. Oh yeah, Derek probably knows because he watched 87 more
I
recently.
don't know what's in the box, to be honest.
Oh
No?
No, I don't remember.
So
I mean,
I guess it's nothing that stays on for a while then, because I was thinking it was
oh.
something that would affect them down the line, but maybe it's just like heading toward a summer storyline.
yeah,
I
I've
don't know.
only seen some of 87. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I only saw the Tina Argentina storyline and the wedding to the wedding. That's all I've seen.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was really. I watched all 3 hours and 10 minutes at the same time. I watched it all yesterday, and I loved it all. I was like, it's
I
so
watched
good.
it partially at work and partially coming from work and then partially at home.
Right.
I watched the first 2 hours and then I had to go to work and I came back home and as soon as I got home I watched the rest.
Let's see more. I know it is hard to block out 3 hours and 10 minutes, and it literally took me right up until I had to leave for work. I started it at like a little before 4, and it ended at like 6:30, and I had to leave right after that. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Before we
great
get to the
stuff.
other storylines,
Great
I noticed
stories.
that I noticed
Oh
that
yeah, I forgot. I had to go through the other story.
yeah, I noticed that whoever
Great you
taped
said
this,
that.
I'm assuming it's Edwin. It's probably from the Philadelphia area because I saw little like bugs for like Wheel of Fortune action news. I saw Lisa Thomas, Laurie, and Mark Howard. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
I saw
gosh, it's Philly.
I don't know if he taped them. I think they were just tapes that are out there. But
Yeah,
thank you
that's
to
probably
whoever
what it
taped
is.
them if you're
Mhm.
alive still. Because yeah.
Yes, I was like, oh Philly.
And it's good quality, and this is all we
Very good
have. I feel
quality.
like.
And I remember the TWA Flight 40 bomb or whatever it was. I remember that.
I remember Flight
Yeah.
800. What's
That
up
was
with
one of the news
TWA?
stories you're talking about.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. I wanted to look that up. I didn't get a chance to.
Oh my gosh.
All
Like
right,
something
so
up with TWA because I remember Flight 800 crashed in the
other
90s.
bits of other bits of storyline that we have. Connie and Brad are still on, and it's only like this one clip. We're talking about Jenny not getting a message to him to see if they're okay, whatever. There's like code going on. Cassie goes to Brad about Richard because she had just talked to him. Brad and Cassie talk about Rob. Rob and Larry are on. I don't know what Rob's deal is here. I don't understand his storyline. I'm like, is he trying to get with Cassie again, or I don't know.
I think he told what's his name, the son of Ed with Josh, that their marriage
Josh.
is over, yeah. And they can't because of the whole thing with Laurel. I think
Oh, okay.
because Laurel's his mother and Cassie and him just argued about that whole the way she died, and I don't think he said they can't repair the relationship.
I'm guessing Rob's on his way out because it feels like it.
Yeah, I don't really remember him in 87.
In Vienna, we have Jenny and David. David and Jenny talk about getting the Landview paper, the intruder, just to see if all their friends are okay. Well, Jenny really wants to. David doesn't think they should.
Like,
Says they're
nah.
better off. They're better off not knowing how everyone is, which I feel is kind of shitty.
Yeah. Now,
She's
Angel's
worried
off
about.
of Guiding Light at this point. Is he not?
No, he's on Guiding Light until I think 88, I want to say.
Okay, so he's doing both?
So, well, this is 86, so he's not on Guiding Light
Oh
until
no, he's
88.
not on until 88.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he's
No, 88. No, 88.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's Jenny worries about Vicky. She at least wants to know how she is, so she wants to get a paper still. She don't care. When they're out, someone recognizes David. He's like, no, it's not him. He had died apparently, like faking whatever. Then we see like David like playing the piano a couple times, and then he wants his music to be out there.
But
And
he's
I'm
doing his
like,
best work and he can't share it, is what he said.
right. Jenny's like, no, you can't have your work out there because we could die. And then there's these two men just talking about him, and I guess they know he's alive. I don't know if these were the men that were involved in that mob or whatever, that
Mm-hmm.
why they're supposed to be hiding. So I'm
Mhm.
like, are they doing this all for nothing? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
And then later the bad guys target Cassie, who is David's daughter. So,
Mhm.
and that's all I got on that story. And then this stuff, I
This is some
loved
good stuff coming
Lisa,
up.
Elisa
the
stuff.
Lisa, and,
The Lisa stuff.
yes, I was so into it. Lisa and Josh talk about Rob. They're trying to get him to go out. He's upset about whatever, I guess his breakup with Cassie. Rob, Lisa, and Josh are out at the club. Cassie is there and has a flashback about Rob. He ends up joining them. Lisa runs off to the bar. Lisa and Josh go off to the bar and give Cassie and Rob some time to talk. Um, they're still at the club. Lisa is there, and Clover had got a job there, I guess because she was out of a job with Lisa working
Mhm.
at that bar. They talk about Josh joining them. Chip comes and says that they can't prove the pills were not Bobby's. Josh arrives. Chip mentions that Stella was telling him it can't be Lisa's dad. He would never do it or whatever.
Mhm.
Lisa wants to know what Stella said about Bart, who her dad, Bartholomew. Stella arrives. Josh goes off on Chip um, about bringing it up to her, which he's just, I don't understand. I guess Josh, does he want Lisa and he's just being a dick? Like, I don't know what his end goal is here. I guess you guys don't know
Sure.
either.
I feel like Josh
Lisa,
like wants Lisa, like he likes Lisa, but like she doesn't want to
Yeah.
give him time of day.
oh yeah, and like he's doing all
Yeah.
the wrong things. Like
He's
he
going
knew
Because she
about
about,
likes Bobby
the wrong
Blue.
way.
right. Lisa confronts Stella. She says she has nothing to lie about, and she just leaves, and Lisa follows her. Josh tries to talk Lisa down, and Bart is waiting for his lady at wherever they're at, some
Water's
hotel or
hydrant.
something. Yeah. Stella and Bart meet up. She asks about his wife Stephanie, I think. She says Lisa may know what's going on with them, and he gets really nasty with her.
Yeah, he
And he's
does.
like, "You're not mature enough for an affair. You're a dick for having an affair." Like, whatever. I wanted her to hit him. And she even says like something like, "I felt like a lady until now. Now I feel dirty and I feel like a tramp." Um, Stella says, "You set Bobby up, didn't you?" He doesn't get the answer because Lisa comes in.
Mhm.
He just gives her a dirty look. Lisa tells Stella to get out and confronts Bart. She's like, lie to me and I'm out of your life. Like, I ain't putting up with anything. Like, fuck you, dude.
Mhm.
He admits it and he says, look, I was bored with your mother and all this stuff. This guy
Do we
has
even
balls
see
of
the
steel.
mother?
We didn't in these clips. I don't know if she's on or if she's just talked about. She's only been
Okay.
talked about for us. She says, um, about him saying that Bobby's a lowlife, and she's like, Stella came from the same gang, so you're a hypocrite, basically.
Mhm.
Um, she talks about the diamond earrings that he got for Stella. He's like, you're not going to tell your mom, are you? She tells him off and runs away. Lisa's mad at Josh because he knew about Stella for and Bart for a couple weeks and didn't say anything.
Mhm.
Lisa calms down a bit. Josh apologizes, and Cassie and Lisa catch up. And that's all I have for that storyline. Anything else on them?
No.
So I think David and Jenny are done by May. So I'm like, does he stay dead or is this like coming out? Because it feels like it's getting ready to come out.
Mm-hmm.
That or they're trying to wrap up their contracts on the show. And they probably
Yeah.
had a contract for a certain amount of time and they have to use them.
Mm-hmm. I
That's what
think
it feels like.
the lady that plays Jenny is great casting. She looks a lot like Judith Light, who played her sister.
Yeah, she
Uh,
does.
Yeah.
mm,
Like
Agreed.
the first time I saw her, I was like, "Oh, is that Judith Light?" Like, because yeah, she looks like. Unfortunately, the first time I saw her was the soap awards where they honor Michael Zaslow.
Mm-hmm.
Bryn Thayers, who played her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who I think later doesn't she join Matlock? I think she's in Matlock right after.
I think she does.
One
Yeah.
Life to Live. Yeah. I think she's like Matlock's daughter. I can't remember. So yeah, this was good stuff. I wonder how long Lisa stays on. Does she stay on in 87, do you know?
I've never seen her. I don't think so.
Yeah, like I said, they're like in other episodes of this.
I don't remember seeing a lot of these people in 87. So
yeah, I think there's an effort to like kind of take out all of the African American characters. So
yeah, Paul Roush is going to be doing
Paul Roush. Yeah.
Well, that sucks because it's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
Whatever. So yeah, we're I guess in the middle of April, so we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see more.
I think there's one more of these extended episodes that I could find.
What do you mean?
You know, there's one more from the channel of these like long form episodes of these like 3-hour episodes.
I have the whole year of 86 on my list.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, we have all 1986.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Or whatever is left, or whatever whatever they don't cut out.
We got like a month before Court comes on, so that'll be good.
When's he come on? May?
May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was a Cord fan. I wanted Cord and Blair together. I think it was 94 because that was what was happening when I started watching.
Okay.
She was trying to get Max, and he was trying to get her, and I really liked that triangle. And I hated Luna. She just got on my nerves.
I think we all did.
I don't know what was going on.
The only time I liked her was Bo and Nora's wedding, because I think she was the one that got Little Richard, or was it Max? I forgot who it was.
I liked when she came back as a ghost. I didn't mind it.
Oh yeah,
I like that she gave birth to Al. So
I was a big Al fan.
Yeah.
Huh?
You mean
Al?
Gabrielle had Al.
Oh, never mind then. Then she had a baby.
She had Max's twins. She had the twins.
Max, she had the twins. So we never see the twins. So
no,
we really don't. They did a terrible job with those twins.
Even when Max came back to the show, we never really saw them. Yeah, he left for a little while, then he came back, and we never really saw them.
Yeah, kids just disappear sometimes in soaps, and we just have to accept
it. Yeah, like Tina's son.
I think they said they were being raised by Luna's family somewhere.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else to add on these episodes that we watched?
Just rip Tracy.
R.I.P. Tracy.
R.I.P. Tracy. I know. It's just like it feels so like I feel like unfinished. Like I feel like there was so much more they could have done. Like another month or so would have been fun, but he's just out. I wonder if fans wrote in. They're like, "I'm tired of this lady just killing people."
I doubt it. They probably liked her as much as we did.
I would hope so, but you never know. Like people, like studios listen, but people write in enough fan letters. Like I feel like she probably only signed a year contract, and she was probably only working to go to school because you said she's a psychologist now, right?
Yeah.
So
she does have other acting credits, so
not many though.
Not many. Yeah.
Because I looked it up too, and
you said she was in that movie Sweet and Spice or something.
Oh yeah, and I love that movie.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll wrap up this episode of One Life to Live. Subscribe, like, and comment. Join our Patreon for some watches. We're doing all kinds of stuff. We got all kinds of things in the works. Let us know what you think of things. Did you watch One Life to Live in 1986? Do you know where we could find more episodes? Complete episode. Thanks for joining us. Happy holidays, everyone.
Bye. Happy holidays.
Thank you.